Alrighty. So we're gonna start with this and then we'll get right into the case study.
If you're watching this video right now, you're definitely someone who's not afraid to live life in the shadows. For some reason, social media and all these machines online and influencers and thought leaders are leading this crusade, making us believe that we have to juck, jive, and dance and perform like clowns in order for us to get the freedom, the fortune, the family, and the life that we desire. I'm looking all online, I'm seeing people just doing all these things for views, just to push their product or push their brand, and it's absolutely ridiculous. If you made it to this video, there's something inside of you that says, hey, listen, I want to be a back-end warrior. I want to be somebody that makes millions of dollars, not having to be seen or not having to be the person that's in the front end. Y'all, we've made over $24-25 million in the last 3 years just by being in the back end. Allowing for influencers to influence and stars to want to be stars and people that want the attention, allowing them to have the attention, but just controlling every aspect of the back end and creating the rules the way that you want to play the game. See, the more you're exposed, the more vulnerable you and your family are, the more vulnerable your fortune is, the more vulnerable your success is. When you look at really successful people, billionaires, they want to fade to the back. They don't really want to be seen. They want to be shadows because it's a risk to expose yourself. No different than fruit and roots. See, everybody sees the fruit. We ignore the roots, but without the roots, there would never be a fruit. When you look at that fruit, although it's delicious, although it's nutritious, although it has great value, it will wither away and a new fruit will produce. That sunlight will eat that fruit away if nobody comes and dissolves it. And so guess what happens typically with influencers? It's the same withering away process. But when you're the roots, you're the back end of something, you live longer. You don't have to worry about jucking and jive. You don't have to worry about doing all those things. You can be whatever color, you can be whatever size, you can be ugly, fat, beautiful, whatever you want. You can be that and still make the money and have the life that you desire to have. See, what I decided was that I wanted to be the back end. See, I've always had the ability to be the star, but I've always felt more natural just being the support. The scripture says, the greatest among us will be a servant of all. Serve your way, last shall be first. The meek shall inherit the earth. Not that you're smaller, that you're weaker, that you're not as smart. It's that I don't think that highly of myself. I want to raise those up that think that they are. You look at NBA players and basketball players and stars and actors and artists that are stars. You see them on camera, you glean to be them, but nobody ever thinks about who's controlling the game that they're playing, the back end. You never ask yourself why the person who created YouTube doesn't have the largest YouTube channel. You never ask yourself why Instagram CEO and founders aren't on there trying to be influencers. They're just giving you information to let you know how to utilize their product. Mark Zuckerberg isn't on Facebook Facebooking. He's controlling the machine. He's controlling the back end. You barely see him, but you feel him. That's the impact of being a back end warrior. It says, you know what? I want my family, my finances, my faith, my fortune without dealing with all the fame. Yeah, you will recognize me for my excellence because you will be recognized for the great things that you do. But you don't want to fall privy to this influencer game. Do y'all know that majority of children that are growing up and being raised today want to be influencers? What is an influencer? What happened to the services and providing good, solidified businesses? What happened to that? It's time that we put all that stuff away. And for those of you that are like me, you're going to let them be the stars. They want to be the thought leaders. They want to be the influencers. They want to be these social media, whatever. Let them be the media entertainers. But you got to be committed to running your business on the back end. Or running a business for others in their back end. See, truly successful people know how to win without being seen. If you look at Nike, majority of people that purchase Nike, they're going to Nike for an influencer's product that's partnered with Nike. So Nike is the distributor. There are three types of people in this world: the distributor, the seller, the middleman, seller, and the fulfiller. The fulfiller is the employee that fulfills all orders and all sales and processes from the seller, the middleman. The seller, the middleman, is the one who finds the opportunity in the customer so they make more money. They have the ability to become millionaires a lot easier. But the distributor controls the whole flow. So whether you have a product or a service, you can be the distributor, you can be the back end. Your brand can still grow, but you don't have to be the one that's putting the bill. Find influencers no different than any of these other billion-dollar brands. I want us to understand that you don't have to be seen to be felt. There's so many people I created that I helped become millionaires. So many people, situations that were absolutely in destructive situations that my back end allowed for them to grow. There are so many influencers online that all they do is influence, but they don't have any money, no finances, no fortune to help them actually get to the next level. Millions of followers, no green. You make more money than them, but they make you feel like you suck. They make you feel like you're bad. What if you're not good at talking? What if you're not good at communicating? What if you're not comfortable in your skin and in your body? You don't like talking. What if you don't like people? So you're telling me that because of that I can't win in business? That is an absolute shame. What this society has grown to. We've made millions of dollars and we still continue to do it from the back end. And we want to show you how to do it. So if you made it to this video, you already know. There is something inside of you that stirred on the inside that said, you know what? I am tired of losing. I am tired of doing all these dances online, trying to act like this. No, I'm tired of it. I want to just get to the money. I want to build my family. I want to have all the great things that I'm supposed to have without trying to do all this other stuff. Use social media. Don't let it use you, but you got to learn how to do it. So this is for my back-end warriors. The ones that's cool with being sidekicks. Listen, you can have all the fame. People can call you amazing. Just make sure that I'm getting my equity and my piece of the pie. Because sidekicks get the bag too. And if you can control the board, your bag could potentially be even bigger than the stars. You look at these artists. Guess what's happening to them? Yeah, everybody knows them, but it's the record label that owns them. So it's time to become a back-end warrior. The last shall be first. The greatest among us will be a servant of all. Jeff Bezos is not on Instagram dancing and jiving for money. And you don't have to do it either. So click the link down below. Watch my free class. And I want you to understand something. Not only do we have proof that we went in multiple industries, insurance, education, technology, distribution, multiple industries, made millions of dollars being the back end. We can help you do the same thing. But you got to understand and be committed to developing new skills, being okay with not wanting to be seen, or getting so good that people feel you and they need you. So bye-bye to the influencer crap. And hello to real business. I'll see you on the other side.
Hey, listen. If that video gave you a little bit of the chill-wills, okay? If you know, like you was looking at that video saying, you know what, Dr. Jake, you right, god dang it. I'm tired of trying to compete with these children and stuff online. Let me go on and sit down somewhere and figure out how to make money on the back end. If y'all are ready for this case study to start, type back end in the comments. Let me see the back end in the comments, back end in the comments, back end in the comments, back end in the comments. Let me see them back end in the comments. For some of you all that don't know how I like to do my classes or case studies, I like engagement. I absolutely love engagement because it helps me kind of see where you are to make sure that we're still on track. So if y'all could do me a favor, if I do like a call to action, I'm telling you to, you know, click something or press this. Don't be weird, okay? Don't just be looking at me, looking at you, looking at us together. Let's communicate and let's work together. What's going on, Kevin? And I think it's important that we can participate in this thing at the same time. So I'm going to be looking at the chat a little bit. We're going to be going through this thing. But the truth is, I want y'all to know, like, listen, I've been on both sides of the fence. Okay? I've been on both sides of the fence. And when I tell you the most powerful position that I have been in is on the back end. And I don't know, like y'all, I like to have fun, but not for show. I like to dance. I like to kick it with my friends. I like to be humorous, but I'm not no comedian. I'm not getting online and gonna act like I'm like doing these trends just to be popular. Because when you look at history, you don't see all these great men and women that's in business doing all of that. You let the people who want to be famous, they do all the dancing. They do all the jiving. They do all the movement. They do all of that. But the people who really control the board care more about privacy than they do attention. They care more about intimate connections than they do everybody else being in their business and hearing them out. They care more about the fortune than the fame. Because y'all do know that it's absolutely possible for you to have fame, no fortune. But it's virtually impossible for you to have fortune without having fame. Like, people gonna know about you. If you are who you say you are, the right people will know about you. And that's what I care most about. Y'all may not know, when I came online in 2020, February 2020, I took Instagram serious. But at that time, it wasn't to make myself famous. I created a partnership with an influencer because I've always done that in business. I've always been somebody haven't always been the popular person, but I was always the person that had the products. I was always the person that had the intellect. I was always the person that had the services. John, I was always the person that had the plan. Now, I may not have always been the person with the clout, but I always had the plan, the execution strategy. And that person is a person that never loses his opportunity to be able to make money. So my whole purpose of today is to actually provide y'all a real life case study, like a for real life case study that shows you exactly that not only that does Dr. Jake know what he's talking about, but we have the proof to kind of back up what's going on and the value that you can bring society and still make a tremendous amount of money. So this whole premise of this case study is to show how we made money without needing to be seen. So this is not a theory or a get-rich-quick hack. This is an $18,690,683.90. Yes, I need all my change, 90 cents, proven case study that proves that it's more powerful to be on the back end than it is to just be on the front end. And we're going to talk about that. Okay. This is something that's taken me about 10 years to develop and 3 years to prove in 3 different industries. They say if you do something one time, that's luck, right? But if you can do it multiple times in multiple industries, clearly you must have some type of formula or system that can make it all plausible. Does that make sense? Is that accurate? If you do it one time, maybe luck. But if you can do it over and over and over again in different industries and get similar results, clearly you must know something that is needed in order for all of us to be able to be successful. And so let me tell you how to maximize your experience. At this moment, just try to cut out as many distractions as you can. Just try to pay attention to me. It won't last long, less than 45 minutes that I'll be with you. But I want you just to pay attention and grasp what I am showing you with the case study. But I'm also going to give you some strategy that you all can go and implement immediately if you chose to, without anything. So there's a couple of things that you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to get the bag even when you don't like dealing with people. You're going to learn how to get the freedom of your dreams from the back and not the front. Person number one, if you would love to be able to have the wealth that you want, without having to be distracted by anything else that's out here. Yeah. Junie, you done said that many times. Junie, like, yes, that's me. That is absolutely me. That's right. I'm going to show you how to live like royalty without everyone being in your business. So if you stay the entire case study, I promise you, you'll be transformed mentally. You will definitely start thinking different about business. Number two, you're going to learn that the real power is in the unseen. And number three, you're going to find out about an opportunity to become a back end warrior and get training for free. Okay. So let's just get to the why listen to Dr. Jake. I don't know you. What type of history you got? How long have you been doing this? And I honestly think y'all receipts and length of time is absolutely important when it comes to listening to somebody, because you got some people that's just started making money, right? They made money their first year or second year. They haven't went through any tough times, no real experiences in life, and then they try to come and teach like they know something. Y'all, for some of you that don't know, I've been teaching entrepreneurship and financial literacy since 2012. This is 2013, October 16, 2013, when we got funded by Capital One, my college. I built an organization at Wiley College and HBCU on financial literacy. And what we did was we actually enacted it and started teaching the importance of not only financial literacy, but entrepreneurship in communities and international conferences to talk about the importance of this, specifically in the Black and brown community. But as you all know, just being able to teach it as a broke college student is one thing. Being able to go actually apply the same things that you teach are two different things. And so that was my journey. Y'all, I began to start practicing entrepreneurship and teaching and training on this concept literally in living rooms. From living rooms to hotel rooms to 3 people in the room to 50 people in the room to over 10,000 people in the room. You name it. I've been teaching and preaching this concept and building my financial practice since 2015. This is the last time I actually named a company after myself, but this is in 2017. My wife and I got recognized just from a little regional present article, just highlighting, the stuff that we've been doing. Since then, I've been on Yahoo Entrepreneur Magazine. My most proud achievement, if you will, I got 3. Professionally, was making it to the Forbes Business Council. Anybody heard of Forbes? Press number 2 if you've heard of Forbes. Okay, cool. So I made it to the Forbes Business Council in 2020. This is when I was 28, 29. I was 29, 28, one of them. So I made it before 30 years old, the Forbes Business Council, which is something I think is extremely important for us to understand and know. That you're talking to not just somebody who has applied this information, but is also amongst his peers considered an equal even before I hit the age of 30 years old. In 2021, I received my honorary doctorate for business administration. And after they read my curriculums and went through my work and then saw my proof of concept and what we've been able to do in the period of time that we've been an entrepreneur, it actually turned into an earned degree also as well. So this is somebody, y'all are talking to somebody who's an actual, not only a practitioner, but I am somebody who will consider themselves a student of entrepreneurship and everything that kind of comes with it. But none of those accolades to me actually matter the most. What matters the most is with what I'm going to teach y'all, our system. I retired my wife. I retired my mom, my family. I paid off my dad's house. Y'all, this is my most proud moment. I paid off my parents' house before me and my wife bought our own. Because I'm a firm believer, you cannot talk about generational freedom and generational wealth if the generation before you is still struggling, but you stunting on that generation. Imagine me paying off my house and then having my dad still pay for his mortgage. Isn't that backwards? Like, the purpose of what we're doing is not to stun on our family and people that discredit us or didn't understand. It's to actually provide a sense of relief for the people that's around you so that they are able to support you in the ways that you need moving forward. I like to say, let me see, I think my thing kind of hung up. Okay. Oh, another thing I'm proud of, over the last 3 years, during the pandemic, one of the worst times in American history, we paid over $4 million in salaries to black and brown families. We hired over 56 full-time black and brown employees during the pandemic and paid them above standard for their position. See, a lot of people like to brag about how much money that they made, but we're absolutely ecstatic about the fact that during one of the worst times in American history, when jobs were laying people off, we were going above and beyond to hire people so that we can be able to provide some type of stimulation to people that look like us, that came from our community, and added value to their lives during that period of time. My best friends of over 10 years plus, all the way to our lawyer, is in the business. They work with us or they're part owners with the company. So I always like to tell people all the time, don't just look at the success people have, look at how long their inner circle has been around them. I think that's a telltale sign of the type of quality and value of a person if they can't never stay with any one person for a length of time. I don't care what the situation may be. There is no reason why out of such and such amount of people, not one person is still around you today being able to provide a support to you. It can be able to validate and vouch where you've come from as well as where you're going in the situation that you're in. So I'm absolutely astounded about that. And then the oldest person in our company to date is about 3.5 years with us. So when you talk about the longevity of people that have been with the company and that's been in partnership with me, clearly it shows you that over time, there is a far higher number of people that stay quality help that stay with us than people that are not. Yeah, that's most recent. You're right, Sister Victoria. And those people that are 3 years and up are people who are most recent. And I'm sure that they're going to be with me for a mighty long time because of the value. If you feel like that in itself talks about trust and integrity of a person, press the number 1. I think that's most important to me. I like to look not just that you won, but how many people around you are still around to talk about these things today. Who do you have to vet to be able to talk, that I can talk to and hear these stories and hear that you're able to do that. But my most proudest moment of them all was that during the pandemic, we built and created a school for my daughter. It was her first year going to school, and I didn't want to introduce her to school, especially with everything that was going on. We created a school for my daughter, and the tuition was free for not only, of course, my daughter, but for the other parents who had students coming to our institution. And that's my biggest flex right there. That during the time of pandemic, we provided grade A education, and then the parents that were able to enroll their children into our school, they did not have to come out of pocket to have their children safe, to be in an environment that cares about their children, and to be able to get grade A education in one of the most trying times in American history. So these are things that being the back end has allowed for us to do. I'm not about to show y'all cars. I'm not about to show y'all vacations. I'm not about to show y'all jets. Because in reality, the only thing that really matters are relationships, freedom of time, freedom of mind, health, passive cash flow with an active sacrifice, great energy, and true wealth. To me, that's what matters to me. Cars are fleeting. There's always a new car. There's always a new Rolex. There's always a new vacation. There's always a new jet. There's always a new experience. But these are the things that are lasting. These are the things that when you're on your bed, you can remember and be able to rest to say, I got great relationships. I have freedom of my time. I got freedom of my mind, my health. I got great passive cash flow from my active sacrifice. I have great energy, and I have true wealth. And true wealth is the epitome of everything collectively working together to truly bring you happiness. Money is not going to do it alone. Fame is not going to do it alone. Being propped up and being edified as an expert won't do it alone. Becoming an author won't do it alone. I'm talking about true happiness where there's wealth inside of you that you can actually be proud about because you put the main thing first, which is what is going to be the result of the value that I'm bringing to society. Those are the things that matter to me most. So I want to talk about why becoming a back-end warrior is the best place to be in today's day and age. But y'all got to know, if you don't know me, I like to bring statistics. I like to bring numbers because I feel like a lot of people online are full of BS. Excuse my language, but BS is as strong of a curse word I'm going to use today. But I feel like a lot of them are BS. A lot of them don't have any statistical facts to back up their theories, their analogies, or their reasons. And I feel like a lot of them are just course pushers for their own benefit, but there's no true intrinsic value that they're bringing to people because the only thing that they care about their own finances. So if I can just talk some numbers with y'all, if that's cool with y'all, can I get some fives? If I can just talk some numbers with you. All right, cool. So let's talk about some numbers. Now, when we talk about the state of influence, how many of you have heard people all day? So you got to post. You got to become famous. Then when you become famous, you got influence. Now you sell your product. How many of you have heard this time and time again? Like market, post, do all like. You got to do all this other fancy stuff. You got to drive attention. You got to do a reel. And I want y'all to understand that name of the game is a vanity game. Y'all do know that, right? The name of the game, of that game that you're playing, is a vanity game. Who looks the best? Whose body's the best? Who has the best intellect or the best communication skills or have the ability to curate the attention. That's not a skill set everyone has. So the influencer game, all of a sudden, it bottles all of us up to where only one type of person can really win. The younger you are or the more money that you have. Everything in between, we stuck like Chuck. Now I look good, but I ain't the best looking thing on earth. Now, if y'all think the same, keep it to yourself because I'm married. But let me tell you something. The truth is, it becomes a vanity game. Now we putting filters on our face like it's hiding our value. Now we dancing. Now we feel like we got to cut up our body, or we got to feel like you can't just authentically be yourself because vanity has now become the business that all of us are trying to chase. And let's be honest, like everybody don't look like, stardom. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I look in the mirror and Idris just don't hit me. Like, I want to look like Idris. I want to look like Will Smith in his prime, but the filter in real life ain't covering it. It ain't hitting me. It don't look like Trey Songz. I got, if I don't got a haircut, I like to stay off camera. I don't feel good. and this is a truth that I want all of y'all to be okay with, because for some reason we forgot reality. We forgot that it's okay to literally live in reality. It's fine. If you don't look that good, that's fine. You just got to figure out who look good, and we're going to figure that out. Because I ain't got to look that pretty to make pretty money, okay? I got a little side gap in my tooth, and I found myself only smiling on this side because I see everybody with their pretty teeth. I'm just being honest with y'all. Because it's through honesty that we can actually realize the true value that we have. But as long as we keep using filters, and when I'm talking about filters, I'm talking about the filters that we have in our mind that covers the truth. And you know what happens? We look online, and then when we look online, you can't see you. And when you don't see you, you get discouraged, and you think that because you don't look like that, you can't win in business. Oh, we don't want to be real today. Oh, you just want me to go right back to the PowerPoint? I thought we was going to be real for a second. We cousins. I'm going to be real with you. Okay? All real black people got a side gap. It's okay. Listen, if you ain't got no side gap, it's a cap there. It's a tooth cap, and it's covering that. Because all real black people got a side gap. That's where that one cavity that we just don't deal with fast enough, it just happens right there on the side. We know that. We know that. We know that. Okay? So, but this is something that I really want us to be able to sit and actually realize. And when we look at the real numbers, y'all, let's look at the real numbers together. These are the real numbers of what it takes to become a star. This is what we call influence. Only 0.2% of artists become megastars. 0.2%. 90.7% of them, 90.7% of them are undiscovered. Have y'all ever heard an artist that absolutely sing absolutely amazing, but nobody knows them? And they said that they tried to get their name out there, but just nobody picked them up, but they sing better than the people that making albums? Y'all haven't met anybody that just sang that beautiful or was just that talented? You want to know why? Because influence and fame is a vanity game. Do you have the look that the people are going to want to be you or sleep with you? That's the look. When it comes to men's basketball, there's only a 0.03% chance of having a pro career. So when we get our children up and we say you can be a basketball player, you can be a star, do you know we're setting them up for only a 0.03% chance of being successful? There's a 0.04% chance that actors actually become famous. Y'all, 0.04%. So the percentage of a person becoming famous is close to zero. But everyone and their mama, even children today, are growing up talking about, I want to be an influencer. So now everybody is just a new Hollywood. Versus becoming a star, singing, rapping, or being an artist or actor. Now everyone wants to now try their hand at being a star and becoming an influencer. And this is the perfect place for a true entrepreneur who has real value, or a true person that learns skill sets that can bring value to an entrepreneur, that brings value to influencers. This is the prime position for you to be. When I look at the numbers, I realize that small business owners and businesses are the backbone of our culture. But more than 600,000 new businesses are open each year. Y'all hear people say all the time, they say, we need more businesses. Do y'all know how many businesses really out here? It's not that we need more businesses. We need more successful businesses. We need more businesses that are actually doing well enough to hire people, give jobs to people, give opportunities to people. That's what we need. Not just more businesses. 78.5% of the businesses today have less than 10 employees. 78.5%. What does that statistic tell us? Tell us in the chat. That 78.5% of businesses have less than 10 employees. What does that tell us in the chat? What does that tell us, y'all? Family owned, which means it's not going to be passed down, which means it ain't going to last more than 1 or 2 generations. And you cannot get high talent with a family-owned business. We're going to talk about that. There you go, Kayla. Everyone is not winning. Small-based businesses are barely surviving. That's what that means. They're not strong enough to provide other opportunities for more people. Because everybody wants to be the star. Everybody wants their name written in the stars. Everybody wants to be an influencer. Everybody wants everybody to know that they are CEO, but don't even know the responsibilities of a CEO. Am I hitting anybody yet? You walking around talking about you the CEO of 9 companies and all of them making less than $50,000 a year. You've been doing it for 5 years plus. Something got to change. If I'm stepping on your toes, I hope that I am, because I am going to give you value on how you can change that. Here's a truth that most people don't know. How many of you see everywhere on social media, it seems like everybody a millionaire? How many of you looking online, you like, dang, my life suck. Even 16-year-olds are making $1 million. How does 16-year-old make $1 million? You're like, I must suck. What about me sucks so bad? Well, let me give you a small fact. Let me give y'all a small fact. Only 7% of businesses in America generate $1 million in revenue. This is facts. These are fact stats. These are the stat facts. Only 7% of businesses in the United States actually generate $1 million in sales, which lets us know that 93% of the people that we see are what? Anybody? Can anybody put in the chat that 93% of the businesses that we see, they doing what? They lying. They capping. They stunting. They faking. Have nothing. Only for views. And you online looking at all their views and you constituting their views as capital. It's not capital. But what it is doing, can I tell y'all what it is doing? What's going on, April? Can I tell you what it is doing? It is discouraging you from running your business and running your race because you think that they making the paper that they are. Y'all don't know how many people that got 1 million followers on social media that I know that don't have $1 million. They got less than $10,000 to be exact. Here's another small fact, because I would never bring y'all any theories without stats. 0.35%. This is not even a 1%, Troy, this is 0.35%. What's going on, Marquise? This is 0.35% of Americans actually earn 7 figures. So out of the 2.1 something million businesses that generate $1 million, only 0.35% of them actually make $1 million. So that means that 99.65% of the people that we see online, they full of that cap. Hey. Yeah, they over here lying. Wool's eyes on your face. A lot of that is loan money. They borrowed it from the bank. Stealing investors' money. So after me showing you these facts right here, y'all, press the number 2 if you feel a little bit better about your situation. If Cousin Jake made you feel better about your situation, they lying, y'all. It's a lot of people that's paying and leasing for cars that they really can't afford, but you looking at their lease car when your car paid off and think their life better than yours. Let me tell you something. Cap. Spending all their money on a lifestyle because they like likes. I like cash. So what does this let us know? That 24.8 million businesses need help and don't know it. So contrary to popular belief, we actually don't need more businesses. We need more people that know the back end that can help these businesses thrive. We don't need newer businesses. We need more capable people that can help these businesses thrive. That can be the backbone behind these entrepreneurs with great ideas that's willing to lose it all. And I want y'all, can y'all put this in the chat? I just want y'all to put this in the chat. Not everybody's an entrepreneur, but anybody can be a business owner. Just a couple. Everybody ain't got to put in the chat, but some people. Not everyone is an entrepreneur, but anyone can be a business owner. So a lot of y'all are trying to become entrepreneurs of 100% of a company that do less than 30,000. When you can go make 60,000 with a small firm and own 20% of a company that's growing. Y'all see the difference? An entrepreneur is the pioneer. The business owners are the managers. I'm not a great manager. I'm a great entrepreneur for the company. But we have great partners who are business owners that help me manage what I'm entrepreneuring. I'm just trying to give y'all some facts that you can make money from the back. Y'all are making money too hard. So who is the Backend Warrior community for? It's for two types of people. You want to learn all the back end of your business so you can build your brand the right way. Or two, you're somebody that's like me. You want to learn the back end so you can help other businesses grow. Y'all, let me tell y'all a small secret. I own several companies. Well, I won't say I own. Our company owns, our company owns several companies. You want to know why? Not because we're the face of those companies, but because we know the back end. So the fact that we run their back end, we have equity in these businesses without our face ever have to be shown that we own these companies. See, that's power. You ain't got to see my face to feel me in this place. So, let's let our case study begin. We built 4 brands from scratch, $0 as the back end in the last 2 years using our system. So we're going to do a case study of 4 companies that we built from scratch, except for the financial firm. That was already kind of moving. But the other 3 companies in the 3 different industries, we built from scratch using $0, and we didn't infuse the money over. The reason why we did not infuse money from one company to the other, because we didn't want to mess up the case. We're trying to figure out if our system worked. And we want to figure out with $0, just with an idea and with understanding of the back end, can we get the same result every single time? And contrary to popular belief, y'all, I have never been the primary face of any of our companies. There's always been somebody who was the actual leader as the face of the company. So, Victoria, am I lying? I've always been considered the back end. Anyone on my team that's on here, am I lying? I've always been considered the person that handles the operations. I'm always in the top 3, but I'm never the full face. That should tell you all something. So if y'all ready for this case study, let me see the number sign. Y'all ready for this case study? Let's go and get to the number sign. Going to get to this number sign. Number sign. Woke up this morning with my mind. I've always been committed. All right, so look. Our financial firm. And if y'all go to our page right now, somebody go to our page right now on IG. Go to Bizco Finance on IG and tell me, who do you see that's the majority of that brand? Can anyone? Go to Bizco Finance on IG, Instagram, and tell me who's the face of that brand. It's not me. That's right. Chandelier. This is a company that I started 7 years ago. Even before I met my wife. I started this company 7 years ago. Yet someone else to date is the face of that brand. Can anyone tell me how much that we produced in revenue the last 2 years? Somebody put in the chat. I need some collaborative. I need some collaboration. What's that number say at the top? Over the last 2 years. Y'all know I'm going to sit here till somebody type it. No, it's not almost 4 million. Put the right number. We earned every cent. Put the full number. Don't shortcut. That's right, Charles. $3,964,814.93 in the last 2 years with our insurance firm. So that's in the insurance and financial sector. Then we wanted to go over into the education sector. So our first brand in education from 2019 to 2021, how much did it do? This is all online brand, no heavy overhead. So how much was that? Give me the entire amount in the chat. Don't shortcut because you can't shortcut success. That's right. Somebody missing their commas. Y'all getting real lazy, Kayla. That's $2,625,981 in the same time frame. So you know what we did, right? Some of y'all remember the brand BWO? Y'all remember that brand? That was the second education brand that was built. We did $11,686,588 in a 9-month span. 9 months. And I was the fourth. No, when Derek Grace was with us, I was the 5th most valuable face of BWO. But it was my system that ran the entire company. Are y'all listening to me? In the public's eye, I was the 5th person. I was the 5th wheel. But internally, we knew whose system ran the entire brand. See, y'all are chasing fame. See, in scripture it says, the last shall be first. I already understand. If I'm in the last position, I can see the entire floor. So I would much rather be in the second to last position. I can run the whole floor. I can see all of the things coming. Because eventually the people are going to know, wait a minute, that was Jake that did that. Wait a minute, Kayla did that. Wait a minute, Marquise Harmon did that. Wait a minute. Olivette was the one who actually did. Oh, wait a minute. Olivette was with 4 companies that went over $10 million. Clearly, she must know something no one is explaining. And let me tell you something. God will always elevate you if you take your time. But a lot of us want everyone to know who we are, what our names are. You want to be the face of everything before you can actually handle being the face. That's the 3rd brand. The 4th brand, we got into tech. Now we're a fully immersed tech company. But we launched a product, but now it's called Backend. But originally it was called BizCo Builder. In our first 16 months, we did $413,000 in a tech industry that there's not a lot of us doing tech in that space. And we're one of the only fully owned black companies that actually own a fully serviced business management software that manages every aspect of your business online. And we did no real public marketing about this technology. We only did it through emails and through the back end so that we can prove that you don't have to be famous in order to get famous dollars. Oh, okay. So this is how we came to the total of $18,690,683.90 in brand revenue over the last 2.5, 3 years in 3 different industries. Anybody? Am I building? Press the number 1 if I'm building some trust with you right now. You're like, you know what? God damn it, Jake. You. Every time you talk, you bring in facts and stats. Facts and stats. Stats and facts. 18.6 million in 2.5, 3 years in 3 different industries with the same system. So clearly the system is what works. Now what I will tell y'all, there is a little bit of luck. Well, I like to call it favor. You know, you do need a little bit of favor. God got to kind of sprinkle his little anointing on you a little bit to do some of the numbers that we've done. But I'm sure a lot of people on here would be okay with $500,000 on the back end, $250,000 on the back end, shit, $100,000 on the back end. To be honest. Because let me tell y'all something that most of us fail at doing. Because you've never been recognized your entire life. What's up, Kenny? You've never been recognized your entire life. When you get your own company, you want everyone to recognize you. And that's the number one problem of your business. You are in the way. Companies that circle their business around one person have a 78% chance of failing. You ain't been recognized. You always been looked at. People always, you ain't always been the prettiest one. You've been the weird looking one. Or you used to be popular, but because we not in high school no more, your ass not popular no more. So when you build your company, you want everybody to know you're doing something. You in your own way. And because the people that circle their businesses around themselves, they have a 78% chance of failing. Typically, there is no systems in place because you are the system. You get burnt out easily. You have no one to delegate to. The primary person's desires is to be the center of attention at all costs. So that means if anybody has a contrary or an opposite idea from you, you don't even listen to them because it hurts your bruised ego. So you immediately dismiss them and don't take anything that they say, and you find yourself out of business because you in your mind saying, this is my company, I built this. It's going to go this way. That's why your business failing today. And let me tell you something. A company that circles themselves around one person, they have a hard time finding talent and keeping it. Y'all know I hear the biggest complaint I hear people say all the time. I want you to say, if this is you, I'm going to explain it. If this is you, press the number 1. But I want you to be honest today, okay? How many of you have made the excuse it's hard to find people that can help you? Press the number 1. Don't lie. You say, man, if I had help, I could. If I had help, I could. You want me to tell you why you can't find help? Because your help know that they're only servicing you. Yeah, Jason, I started off that way too. Y'all saw it. The Jacobs firm was all about me. Who gonna come work for the Jacobs firm? Especially, I'm going around telling everybody that this business for my children. Well, why in the hell would somebody extremely talented give their best years to a company that they already know that there's no opportunity for them to have ownership or become a CEO because you're going to pass the company to your children? So there's no room for anybody else to do anything else. And a lot of us in business are skewed. My mentor, Scott Teeks. Scott Teeks built one of the biggest insurance firms in the nation. He built one of the biggest independent firms in the nation, and nobody knew that he owned the company, except for the people who were in the industry. Everybody else, no one knew who owned this company. He sold his company for $100 million in $3. This is what he told me. He said, Jake, the most beautiful feeling that I have is knowing that I can walk into any room. No one knows my name, but I know that I have the most money in the room. I can go with my children to any vacation resort and no one will interrupt us. That's peace. That's wealth. But he said, Jake, if I pick up the phone and call somebody, my last name got weight though. So I may not have the popularity of the masses. I got the respect of the people who can catch the checks that the masses cannot. That's what changed my mindset, my mind frame. He told me, he said, Jake, you have to learn how to build a business that does not require you to smile for it to make money. So if y'all are somebody like me, y'all know I got to not only validate what I'm saying with statistics, but I also got to validate it with scripture. I'm sorry, this is just my way of getting a what I call a triple anchor. I got my understanding, I got stats, and then I got scripture. That's my triple anchor. But all of us can admit that we have never seen the universal God in the flesh. But you have absolutely felt and seen his work in the flesh. How is that? Because God moves through people to get a job done. So one day I was at a table, y'all. One day I was at a table. And I'm at this table. So I'm on one end of the table, John. My mentor is on the other end of the table. Okay? So my mentor said, Jake, I got $100 that's for you today. This is your blessing. But you cannot move out of your seat and you cannot stand up in order to get this $100 bill. Because at the time, the only thing I cared about was me getting the glory. I wanted to be the one that did all the work. I wanted to be the one that I did that. You know, oh yeah, I got that sale. Oh yeah, that was on me. Oh, what you talking about? I'm number one. Like I cared a lot about and what he realized was I had the ability, but if I could not drop the ego, I can never be able to get to the blessing that God had for me. So he said, Jake, what I want you to do, I got $100. His name is Tony Stevens. He's like my godfather. I love him to death, to life. He had $100 at the end of the table. He said, grab this $100 bill. But you can't get out your seat. So what y'all think I did like a dummy? I can't get out my seat. So what y'all think I did? I'm over here reaching. Okay, if I do like this, I can reach a little further. And I couldn't reach it. And he said, this $100 bill is still for you. But what I want you to do, I want you to think like, rise to the thinking of like God. You've never seen God in the flesh, but you've seen his works through people. Think about it. What should you do? I had to ask somebody to help me. Because I realized a blessing that God has for me cannot be just controlled or held by me. A blessing that's just for you, Kayla. You can reach it by yourself. But we talking about the overflow. You can't handle overflow by yourself. So I'm over here like, okay. Okay, so if I ask these three people to pass me that $100 bill, they probably not going to pass it to me if they don't get no value out of it either. So now I got to figure out a way to give them incentive to help me. Ooh! I got to give them a piece of my blessing. And this is what a lot of us don't like to do. You don't like to share blessings, which is why you're in it by yourself till today. You want to keep that money to yourself. I'm the one that's doing this here. I'm the one making the hair. I'm the one braiding. I'm the one massaging. I'm the one that got the customer and the client. I'm the one that, and that's why nobody want to help you. Cause you just want to keep the money to yourself. So I said, okay, I got it's 3 people right here, so clearly I'm gonna have to break the bread with them because I need this $100 bill because I'm broker than a joke. I ain't got no money at this moment. I'm broke. This $100 bill is gonna be good, okay? Okay. For a full tank, I can try to be an agent on another day. So I said, I don't remember their names, but I said it was a man, a woman, and a guy. I said, John, can you get that $100 bill from Tony? I'll give you $10 if you just pass it to me. You know it's mine already, but I'll give you $10. John said, okay, cool. Tiffany, can you please get the $100 from John? I'm going to give you $10 too. Just pass it over here to Mike. Mike, I'll give you $10 too. Can you just pass the $100 to me? And then I'm going to give each of you $10. So because they saw that they can get what they wanted out of it too, they were okay with lifting the load for me. Okay. So technically I was the back end. Calling the play. The money transferred hands and it got to me. So yes, I had to give up $30. But I kept 70. But just imagine if I had a selfish mind. I said, you know what? Just keep it. I don't want to play this game. I would have left with nothing. See, that's the power of the back end. And that's what my mentors was trying to teach me. Jake, listen, brother. Listen. You got to learn to work through people. But I'm going to make it real for y'all in scripture. But you got to have a system. And a lot of us are trying to do business without a system. And you wondering why your business ain't working. You getting inconsistent effort. Y'all getting inconsistent results, and you wondering why you can't win. Y'all ain't never wondered that? Like, how did I make this much money this time, but I can't do it again? Because you don't have a system, because the system is you being on the front end. So y'all know I got to actually make it real in scripture, right? So I gave you an example. But I got to actually make it real in scripture. Hold on. There you go. So what I had to learn is, until you learn how to move through people, you can't get God-like results. Because when you prop yourself up, you'll find yourself reaching for something that all you had to do was call on help to get. And a lot of us are out here trying to play entrepreneur when you're really just a business owner. This is hard for a lot of us to understand. You've been trying this entrepreneur thing all this time yourself, and you really supposed to be the back end of somebody. You're supposed to be the support, the number 2, the number 3, the number 4. You're supposed to be winning a championship, but you so caught up in being the front end that you don't realize the power of being second or third in command. How many of y'all heard of King David? Anybody heard of King David? Person number 3, y'all heard of King David. Y'all heard how amazing King David was in scripture. Did y'all forgot that King David spent 30 years being somebody's second in command? Y'all forgot? Everybody always talks about the glory side of David, but they forgot that he sat second in command for 30 years. Imagine someone telling you, come into your house and telling you how amazing you are, how gifted you are. Imagine you getting that drop like, oh my God, I'm going to go and do great things. But you don't know how to play number 2. Saul clearly didn't have the anointing that David did. Saul clearly didn't have the favor that David did. Saul was clearly out of touch. But it was David's position to continue to push the nation forward until it was his time to shine. And a lot of us are trying to go out there and be number 1, and you don't even know the sacrifice it takes to be number 1. Yeah, I'm talking about like we got businesses and we only take care of ourselves. Imagine having 50-something plus employees, shit hit the fan in the company, and you got to give and sell all of your assets, pay and float the company, and you don't get a dime. Yeah. Being number one is different. Paying so much for all these courses because you're trying to shortcut being number two. See, the number 2, 3, 4, 5 position and be in all the meetings. See, Sister Victoria went from admin, or an admin from one of our partners. I think it's time for me to start my own company, or or I want to take over this company. She got 2 good solid options. Do y'all see this? This is the power of being the back end. So you got to build a system. And let me tell y'all something. Everybody online is trying to be the fruit. But there is no fruit without the roots. Let me tell y'all something. The fruit is always going to get the glory. So stop competing with people that... Y'all, fruit are supposed to be fruit. They got one job. To bring attention to the tree. They got one job. To add short-term nutrients. See, fruit are like influencers. Fruit are like famous people. Yeah, they look good. Some of them are even more plump and more nutrients and a lot more juicier than others. But guess what, family? It will eventually subside. And eventually there will be another fruit in the same position the old fruit was in. But let me tell you what never moves away. Them roots. See, without the roots, there won't be a production of no fruit. You can cut all the fruits off a tree and more fruit will grow. But if you cut the roots off a tree, ain't no more tree or no fruit. Y'all ain't never thought about that, huh? You say, well, damn, Jake. You making a lot of sense. So when I thought about it, I said, what? When I look at billionaires, they're the roots. They're not the fruit. They start off as a fruit. Then they realize, let me take this seed, let me go and get underground, let me stay underground. See, the billionaires understand the importance of being the roots. Let me tell you the power of being a root. Can I tell you the power of being a root? That's right, Tiffany. As a root, you always stay grounded. Yeah. As a root, you always stay grounded. As a root, you always stay into the source. You realize that, without all the other elements, you couldn't be who you are. So the roots are very good at understanding their position. Everybody gives all to the fruit, but guess what happens to the fruit? They get picked, cut, sliced, and ate. What happens to stars, influencers, famous people, successful people? They get picked, cut, ate, and stabbed. But ain't nobody picking, cutting, and eating no fruits. Ain't nobody backstabbing roots. And you got to understand the power of becoming the root. You got to understand that power of becoming the root. So let me show you how I became the root in insurance. So I used to be number 1 in the state of Texas, like number 20, between number 20 and 40 in the country, producing in the insurance industry. And what I realized was I had an innate ability to get people to believe in me, get appointments with me, but I was tired of always being inconsistent in my sales. So then I realized I have a gift. And in scripture it says, my gift will make room for me. It also says, the greatest among us will be a servant of all. So if I can serve my gift, it will make room for me. And I will be great because of that. So I said, you know what?
I'm going to go 45 days out. I'm not going to accept an appointment. I'm not going to cut a check. I'm not going to close a policy. The only thing that I'm going to do is build up policies and appointments 45 days later. I need to build up this well of interested people that want a policy with me. I got so busy that I couldn't do it myself. So I developed partnerships with other agents that I used to compete with. I said, you know what? I'm not going to compete with you anymore. So it was agents I used to compete with and agents that couldn't get sales. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get the client. I'm going to get the appointment set. I'm going to build the trust. All I want you to do is go close the deal. I got the rest. And I went from being 20 and 40 in the nation to number 3 producer in the nation without ever having to write a policy ever again in my life. Can anyone ask me or answer? Can anyone answer how that happened? I went from writing every policy myself to not writing any policies, but becoming number 3 in the nation in production. I became other agents' backend. That's right. I became other agents' backend. I became their system, even if they were not inside of my agency. As long as they were with the carrier that I was with and we could split the commission, I was 1,000% okay with us doing that. And this strategy allowed for me to become the number 3 insurance agent in the country. While others were fighting for position, I was being positioned. Oh, y'all missed that. Because I decided to become the root, I was positioned to be the most valuable piece of all of their production. So they're fighting with each other, trying to figure out who's going to be number 1. And then I rose to the top in production. Can I tell y'all something? I'm going to tell y'all something. Do y'all know these billion-dollar companies do the same thing? Let's just start with artists. The label owns the label. The label owns the label. But they have many different artists fighting for the number 1 spot. While the label sits back and Eugenia let them fight for the number 1 spot. They all on the same label. But the label owns the system. And so they let these fruit position themselves on who's the most important fruit. The label is the roots. It don't care. Some of the fruit gonna be 8. Some of the fruit gonna rot. Bam. Some of the fruit gonna turn into juice. Some of the fruit gonna turn into a pie. Some of the fruit gonna turn into a fruit salad. Some of the fruit gonna turn into apple juice. It does not matter how you use the fruit. Just know that the roots will always get paid for all things above. Y'all know that y'all's favorite like shampoo you use for your hair? Y'all don't realize that a lot of these companies use the same manufacturer. And John, all they do, they just put a label. They just put a new label on the same product and call it different. You going to the Walmart and getting great value, not realizing that great value is the same as the expensive can because it's coming from the same pot. And when you realize, you say, wait a minute. These white label brands are fighting for industry position, and the back-end manufacturer, they get to participate in all of the success. Not just one. This is why when you figure out your franchise, this is why successful people, then they start selling the system of the franchise. This is when they start selling their licensing.
When you figure out a system, you sell it and get other people to distribute it. You ain't got to be the star. You get farther and further away from the light as much as you can. You're actually going to preserve yourself longer. So, if I were in y'all's shoes, and let's say I was good at, making products. A lot of y'all are hustling backwards. Who on here right now got some type of health product, moisturizer, some type of like tangible product that you own? Cannabis or like some type of cocoa butter you make from scratch, some type of seaweed, whatever y'all be doing with the seaweed stuff. Lolita, you better stay off my screen, Lolita. Get up off my screen. See, y'all are trying to elevate yourself up in the brand. Sister Victoria, can you fix that? Don't let them draw my stuff. Yeah, you can screenshot. Y'all screenshot this. I want you to screenshot this. Thank you, Eugenia, for asking. A lot of y'all hustle backwards. The first thing that you need in capital is revenue. In your business is revenue. And the hardest thing to get is revenue from your own personal brand. Because nobody wants to support somebody they don't know or somebody they perceive as a loser. This is a fact. So 99.999 of us go to the bank and borrow money from the bank, and you never had to do that. All you had to do was take your product and take your ego out the way. Because your product is still your product. You find you an influencer that's broke. It's a bunch of them out there. 90% of them broke. That's in the industry that you're in. Then you go and make a deal with them. A personal branded health product that you will produce. You control the back end. You handle all the advertisement. You deal with the website management. You pay all, and all they got to do is potentially pay for the upfront price of the personal branded material. That's it, called the setup fee. From there, then you make a contract with them that says, hey, you own all of the products and the rights to the product. They don't own anything. Then what you do is, if the agreement gets broken, you have in your contract that says they can't compete with you for 2 to 5 years post the partnership. This protects you, this protects your brand, this protects your product, but it also allows for you to deal with these influencers in the way that they should. They want advertisement space, and you got an opportunity for them. So now you set up your pre-sale agreement. You say, based on your influence, I'm expecting that you're going to generate this much amount in products. This is the designated amount of time that we're giving you. We're going to have a 70-30 split in your favor. If the influencer is not able to sell the agreed upon amount of products, the deal becomes void. Y'all, this is no different from a label contract with an artist. If you cannot sell records, you cannot be on the label. Goodbye. But we still own all the data of the people that are interested. So for an example, say you set up a pre-sale agreement of 1,000 units and they hit it. Now y'all are in partnership for a 70-30 split in your favor for an allotted amount of time. Say in the first year of this influencer, they made $100,000 in revenue. Based on the 70-30 split, you get 70 and they get 30%. How much of the $100,000 is yours? If you get 70%, how much of the $100,000 is your money? $70,000. Now let me ask you all a question. Did you sell anything yourself? Did you verbally speak about the product? Did you verbally have to make videos? Did you verbally have to dance? Did you verbally have to make yourself look like a fool? Did you verbally have to be out there dancing to music you don't know what you're dancing to? Absolutely not. You use your product or your ability to create products as the catalyst of the partnership. So you say, wait a minute, I made $100,000 this year. I'm going to go create 10 more partnership agreements and I'm going to be the distributor.
Now I'm going to be the producer of this product. Now you made $70,000. You never had to do anything, and a lot of y'all would have went to the bank, got in debt for a product that you don't even know is going to sell. So now you know that people love that product. You go create 9 more other deals. You got 10 influencers all selling for $100,000 a piece. That's $1 million a year that you're producing in revenue. You own 70% of the revenue. You make $700,000 a year from your product being in the hands of the people. And you never had to open up your mouth. Do y'all understand the power of the back end? Y'all are losing it. And now guess what you do? You're generating $700,000 a year in revenue for the production of your product. And guess what you're going to do? Now you're going to use that money to launch your product. They can't say shit because you own the product. So now you create a competing product that's a little bit better than the ones that are out there. And now your product now has the revenue of your competitors to propel and push your brand to become number one. Y'all got to understand, scripture says the last shall be first. Why are we out here playing different? I need that back end money. Put back end in the chat if I'm giving y'all game. Put back end in the chat if I'm giving y'all game. In John chapter 7 verse 4, if y'all didn't know, Jesus had older brothers. That's for another day. I ain't got time to sit on that today because he did have older brothers before Mary. And so how does that happen? But that's for another day. You can argue with your pastor on that one. But let me tell you what John said in John 7 verse 4. So Jesus' brother, you can start at verse 2. The Jewish festival of tabernacles were near. Jesus' brother said to him, leave Galilee and go to Judea, so that your disciples there may see the works that you do. So his brothers were telling Jesus, go to Judea. Hold on, y'all got to see me. Y'all got to see me. Hold on real quick. Yeah, y'all got to see me. His brother Samuel, his brothers told Jesus, go to Judea. Go in. You doing all this cool stuff. Go get some followers. Some disciples. Get some people that's willing to follow you. This is in scripture. That's what it's saying right here. Because they said to Jesus, no one who wants to become a public figure acts in secret. Since you're doing all these great things, go show yourself to the world. For even his own brothers did not believe in him. See, when you believe in what you got, you ain't got to be seen. I just know I got that magic. Y'all do. Y'all know what Jesus told him in verse 6? If you don't follow Jesus, don't even worry about it. Just take the meat and leave the bone, and maybe it hit you later that you need to. So in 6, it said, verse 6, it said, Jesus told them, my time is not yet here. For you, any time will do. Ooh, you know what he told? You know what he telling them? He saying, you want to go out there and build followers and influence and juck and jive. You want to go out there and dance and y'all. This is scriptural. It's here. He said, Jesus said, for any time will do for you. Because the world cannot hate you, but it hates me because I testify the works that are evil. Now, what is he saying? I got a product that people not gonna like. But because you want to be liked, everybody gonna love you. That ain't me. He said, in my due time, it'll be my season. Y'all, that's how I've always ran business. Charles, I learned the game so I can be the back end for the game. I ain't got to do all that other stuff. Just in case y'all want to verify and fact check me, that's John chapter 7, start at verse 2 and go and do your own little due diligence and reading. Because everything that I teach you, I back it up with facts and I back it up with scripture, which makes it undeniable. And if you study the blueprint of the business game plan of Jesus himself, he became the ultimate back end. That brother taught for 3 years, and thousands of years later, people still pushing his product. Do y'all not understand that? Influencers of the time all wanted everybody to know that they were the Sadducees, to know that they were the one that had the vision, to know that they were the one that was smart. Jesus said, go on and come here, let me teach you the game. Eugenia, he said, I'm going to license my system to you. I'm going to show you how to do the miracles. I'm going to show you exactly how I do what I do. And then watch what he said. You will go and do even greater things than I. That's what he told him. So in business, it's just my job to learn the system and then be the back end because somebody going to have a larger reach than even I. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to show y'all. That when we talk about back end, it's a for real thing. So guess what you do? Now you didn't license your system, your product, because if what matters is your product getting sold and you're building wealth for your family, who gives a damn if people know your name or not? Do y'all not know that Nike alone? Absolutely, April. Absolutely. Do y'all not know that Nike alone built its entire brand on giving athletes, influencers, their own signature brand? They were the first shoe company that actually allowed for the athletes to create their own shoe. Now everybody know who produced the shoe, but people are coming for the influencer. And guess what? By default of people buying the influence shoe, they eventually want to come and get it from you. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. But you got to be okay with being the back end. And a lot of us are not okay with that. So, being the root, for those of you, let's say you got a skill set of writing. I don't have a time to go through all skill sets. Let's say you got a great skill set of writing. In April, to answer your question, you said, does this work with digital products and courses? Yes, because with the private banking blueprint, once I figured out the system where I messed up, April, nobody was talking about private banking online before Dr. Jake. Let's just keep it a buck. It was not as viral of a thing before I came on the internet and started teaching people how to be the bank. This is a fact. I made it culturally acceptable to talk about the concept that was bamboo. It's just true. And what I should have done, once I started the wave, I should have then started immediately teaching people how to teach it the way that I do, giving them access to license my book and put their own name on it so they can be able to sell it and push it. I should have copywrote it immediately or trademarked it immediately and then allow people to license it while putting their name as the author or co-author of that curriculum. That would have been our ride into the sunset. I missed that. Want to know why? Because my ego got involved. I wanted to let everybody know this is my stuff, but in truth, I really just wanted my content to be the Bible of the industry, and I missed it. So April, in your regard, you and your husband are great at crowdfunding, like raising money and getting in real estate. What I would do, I would literally mirror that system, and then be the back end for people in different regions of the country. Be their back end that helps them mitigate that and run that, and just get money off the back end of them actually duplicating what you all were doing when you were raising money. That's what I would do. That's just a little idea that I would give you. So if you're a writer, a lot of y'all are trying to get y'all book out before people know y'all. Y'all do know that people buy books from people they know, right? Y'all do know that? So y'all trying to write a book and nobody know you? That's why the easiest way to become a megastar artist is to be the writer for megastar artists, so people know that you write hits. So when you come out, you got the influence of people that you help write hits for that can actually push you forward to help you get there. So if I was a writer, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Copywriting, writing books, emails, SEO. But what I do know is that a lot of influencers are broke. So what I would do, I would try to find when they're teaching on a topic or they're teaching on a concept or they're teaching on something, I would transcribe the videos, write it, document it, format it, edit it, and I will watermark it and sell it back to them. I will become the writer of these books. And I will put in contract, I wouldn't even take money up front. If you need money, I'll take a couple of it up front. But after a while, I will start taking in perpetuity. I want to be a part of every sale of this book moving forward. And you write that in the contract. Say they sell the book for $25. You say, I want $4 of every book being sold. If they sell 10,000 books, you made $40,000 on something you did one time. Y'all got to understand. Most influencers want to expand what they offer. They want to add value to their followers. And you got to understand, don't nobody want to read a book from you if they don't know who you are. And it's easier to sell your position. It's easier to sell your position if you're playing the right game. There are 3 types of people in this world. Now, this is what I will tell you. My team can tell you I literally made this up myself. So if y'all see anybody teaching this online, you know I'm the godfather again of a concept. There are 3 types of people in this world. The employee, the entrepreneur, and the billionaires. The billionaire distributes to the entrepreneur to sell. The entrepreneur sells the products that the billionaire distributed to them, and the employees fulfill what was sold. See, the employees fulfill what the entrepreneur sold for a paycheck. An entrepreneur sells what the billionaire distributed for a profit. And the distributes the product for control. Do y'all see the difference? So if I have a service or an ability, I want to find my way becoming a distributor of my service and my ability to support these entrepreneurs. I see so many people that are better at marketing than they are at creating products. Why not be the marketing behind the people who create the products? All these people, y'all, they want to make passive income. That's the best time for you. Since these owners want to be on vacation, and they want passive income all day. Y'all do know for every $1 somebody makes in passive income, the company that's fulfilling that person's passive income, they make $5 to that passive income's one. I want to make the $5. They don't work. Let me do the work. You just do what you need to do. I'll do the work. Everybody want to be on vacation to the sunset, and the reason why it's not working is because that's against the natural nature of us as humans. You're supposed to work and add value and be a benefit to society. So everyone that's lazy today, the best time to get wealthy is to work with those that got the influence that's lazy. Let them be on the beach and let them have all that fun. You handle the business and you control most of the wealth. So your key is to become the distributor as soon as you can. Now let me tell you what may stop you from becoming a distributor outside of your ego. You may be thinking that this is too good to be true. You don't have the capability of doing it. And the truth is that you're probably right. That's the truth. You are probably right. Because there is no shortcut to mastering the back end. It takes hard work, a true desire to master a real skill, and this is not a get-rich-quick strategy. I tell people all the time, I cannot make you a millionaire overnight, but I can show you a system and strategies and help you develop skill sets that allow for you to be a millionaire for the rest of your life. I don't want to be a one-hit wonder millionaire and then try to get that high again. I want to be a part of something that can teach me a system I can keep this wealth for the rest of my life. So there's a reason why we don't teach you a specific industry. So imagine mastering a skill that no one can take away from you, and imagine having that same ability to be able to be in any industry or build any business and get the same results every time. And that's what we have the ability to do. Get the same results every single time. So that's the power of becoming a back-end warrior. Everyone's teaching people how to be the front end. My goal is to teach people how to be the back end. So the benefit of becoming a back-end warrior is that you get to learn our system. Now, Jake, why would you want to teach us your back-end system that you use to build businesses and brands? One, because we're transferring over into technology. So we put all of our service and our value. We want to be one of the largest fully black-owned tech companies in the world. In order to do that, we got to teach the entrepreneurs the system so y'all can go and be great and stay on our technology. That makes sense, right? So here are some of the skill sets that you would need to learn to master in order to master our back-end system. Product development, system development, service development, how to build a team, how to always have clients. A lot of us struggle with that one thing, how to get clients all the time. How to build funnels, websites, landing pages that convert. Sales mastery, marketing and strategy, technology integration, copywriting, blog creation, Facebook advertisement, paid advertisement promotion, social media domination, brand development, how to build a compensation structure, how to read a business analytics, business finance, revenue metrics and profit analysis, how to create standard procedures and brand development. And contrary to popular belief, my team is on here right now. Every single thing that I've named, I can do. My team that's on here. If you own my team, you work with the company. Am I lying? There's nothing on this page right here that I cannot do, which makes me extremely valuable to any person, any brand, no matter where I am. Because the more of these skill sets that you master, the more bulletproof you become for either your brand or somebody else's brand. But a lot of us want to shortcut what it takes to actually master these skill sets, and that's why we're always victim to somebody else producing the results for us. But I don't want you to get overwhelmed. There is a system that we use that makes digesting all of these skill sets easiest. And our skill sets are broken down into 4 different systems. We have the profit formula, the product development system, the operational system, and the distribution system. Most of you suck at creating an amazing product, whether it's a service-based product or a physical-based product. You don't know how to create a perfectly indestructible product, and that's one of the main things that we teach you. And if you notice, we don't teach you a specific industry. And the reason why is because once you learn and master all of these skill sets, you will literally be unstoppable. You're going to be able to enter any industry and produce results with this proven blueprint, making you invaluable, and you'll become unstoppable. How many of you are tired of feeling like you're easily replaceable? Anybody? You're tired of getting inconsistent results? Anybody? And a large majority of that is because a lot of you think that there is safety in going to big companies. There is not. The safest place for you to be is not with a big company that pays. The safest place for you to be is with a founder that has an entrepreneurial mind, that has a startup company with less than 20 employees, but a lot of opportunity for you to add immense value. That's the safest place for you to be. And these skill sets can be used for your business or others. You may say, Jake, why is a smaller company safer for me? Because your value cannot be seen in a big company. You got to be there longer. You got to have over dramatic value in order for somebody just to acknowledge you with a big company. With a smaller firm, your value can literally be seen almost immediately. Therefore, allowing for you to not only propel and push the company forward, but be able to lock in equity and be able to participate in the ownership side of that business. Remember, you don't have to be an entrepreneur to be an owner. So with our community, you get an active community of aspiring back-end warriors. You get e-learning programs and training, that training on a 4-point system. You get live trainings, endless support, and you get access to our Backend.io, which is our cloud-based business management system, which is all you need for your business or the person's business that you want to manage their backend. With our technology, you're able to build funnels, email automation, websites, and you're able to book and schedule appointments using our technology. Also with it, you're able to select a theme. We have drag and drop, easy to use, beautifully created and crafted templates, allowing for you to drag and drop. And yes, there you can have some form of customization to it if you know how to do programming. So all the funnels that we use to win, all of the websites and templates that we have, you can use for your business. Or if you wanted to just learn these back-end skill sets to start your own service to add value to other businesses, that's absolutely something you can do. We have a back-end store dashboard for your e-commerce. You can be able to track all the sales and the production from your businesses, from your affiliates, your white label partnerships, or from your brand in general, from book sales to service sales. We have analytics that are easily to see, and you're able to see what products are your top performers so you can spend more time on those things. We have a CRM where you can keep the contacts and how, with the tags, how they came on board and what they did to come on board. That's available there. You have your appointment scheduling where in your backside of your back-end software, you can actually see all of your appointments and everything that you need for scheduling for your clients, customers, or anybody that's booking with you. And then the last two things is emails. We have in our technology where you can do automated emails that email your customers, and we have templates for your emails so you don't have to start from scratch to generate a beautifully crafted email to stay in contact with your customers or your clients' customers for their brand. And we have automation that allows for you to automate your entire business online with this software. And yes, we're one of the only fully owned black companies that have a software that's second to none in the space that's a cloud-based business management solution. So you get all of this. You get the active back-end community, unlimited back-end systems training, unlimited technical support, all-in-one business management technology, and you can actually get started for a 14-day trial for free. Try on the shoes before you wear them. Try the car before you drive it. And then after the 14 days, you'll pay as low as $191 a month to continue with using our technology, our software, and being a part of our training community and all the things that we give as a pro bono to doing this. So we are a tech company that gives you training, live trainings, e-learning programs to help you as the entrepreneur. And if you look at most of the tech companies that's on the playing field today, the large majority of the tech companies don't actually train you on how to be great in business. They only train you on how to use their technology. Press the number 1 if you know I'm telling the truth. Press number 1. You get a tech company, don't train you how to be great in business. They may train you on how to use the technology, or you got to go to YouTube to pay for somebody else's program to learn how to use somebody's technology that they should have taught you how to use it. And a lot of y'all are paying for technology right now, and you've never heard or seen or talked to the CEO. Y'all seen our case studies. Y'all seen exactly how we move. Y'all seen exactly what it is. And I'm just going to be quite frank with y'all. And if anybody that's on here, please don't take this as me being a certain type of way. But there is a difference in some people starting from zero and scratch and people that come from where we come from starting from scratch. There is an absolute difference. When somebody said, I really started with zero, there's a difference when you come from the communities that we come from. Our zero is a different zero. So there's an experience factor there that you all need to know, that when I tell you that I started this company with $100 and 7 napkins at an Applebee's in Fort Worth, Texas. And we've done millions of dollars off of me having $100, 7 napkins, in a newly repoed car 7 years ago. Total difference. So not only do you get access, that's right, Marlon. Marlon said that's less than $7 a day to have access to a system to generate us unlimited revenue and get unlimited training for your business. Today you'll be able to start for free, 14-day trial. If you don't like what you see, you don't like the experience, you can cancel it. But if you do, you just can be able to continue it. So who's ready to become a back-end warrior? Let me see back-end in the chat. If you're willing to give us a try, give us a peek around to see if our stuff is the way that we say that it really is. Let me see some back-ends in the chat. You're like, you know what? I'm going to go in and give it a shot. It costs me nothing. I can see it for 14 days. I can kind of see what's going on. I can peek around there. I can kind of like, see what's going on. I can compare their technology from my other technology. I can actually see the training. I can figure that up. But I'm telling you, you're going to be able to get the needed value that you need. Before you go here, I actually want to show y'all my screen real quick. I actually want to show y'all something real quick. Before y'all go there, I want to show y'all the... Matter of fact, for the people that's already a back-end warrior, put in the chat how beneficial have our classes and our training been on top of the technology. All right. So as they're doing that, I'm about to show y'all the back end of the back end. And here's the back end of our membership dashboard. So not only do you get access, Charles said a new trajectory for my business. Indigo said no words can engulf the benefit value. Marlon said more beneficial than the initial startup by far. Samuel said it's life changing. So, along with the technology that you get access to, the classes are very detailed. They over-deliver. Eugenia said the training and first-hand knowledge is priceless. Junie said extremely helpful. Like no other experience. GoChick said the tech is everything that you need, but the courses in the tech is worth the money alone. And it's undervalued. Honestly, business is what's paid for, but the life lessons and experiences are priceless. Love it. Lots of information. So helpful, priceless. Best I've ever had, Evelyn said. All right, cool. So, as y'all can see, with that, all right, so not only do you get access to the technology, y'all, but y'all also get access to our membership dashboard. We call this Backend on Demand. This is where we put trainings. So you get the fast start training on how to properly set up your backend. Then you get the backend profit system, how to set up your backend hub with training on how to do it. Step 3, you register for the live events. I'm going to go over that in a second. We're going to click to see the full schedule. And as you guys can see, we have something going on every week. So every Monday we have new member training where you actually get access to the training of being onboarded onto the platform to have your experience. Even if you're on the free trial period, you still will have access to come and do the onboarding process, because this allows you 14 days to get acclimated to the system, the training, the technology, so you don't feel overwhelmed. Okay? We have demo days on Friday, every Friday, to show you kind of the back end of the technology a little bit more in detail. And then this Saturday coming up is what we call Super Tech Saturday, where we actually go into the technology, showing you how to use it and implement it inside of your business. In today's time, if you're in business and you're not using technology, you're absolutely out of order. And secondly, if you're going to be any person's second in command or third in command, you got to learn technology, because most entrepreneurs don't have the time to run the back end of the technology of their business. So the value that you're going to have when you add value to these new entrepreneurs or these founders that need help like they do, as y'all can tell based on the stats, you will be in a prime position to be able to help them out. So also in your membership dashboard, you're also going to live training replays. You can enter the portal. These are the live training replays on how to create an indestructible product, how to dominate on Instagram, how to have an indestructible product launch. That's in the live pre-recorded trainings. All of our trainings are recorded. And then when you enter the course portal, these are portals. Y'all, this is no additional cost to you. You got the client ATM. With this right here is literally me showing you how to turn your firm or your practice into a consulting business. And so anybody that's looking to sell courses, turn your information into consulting, or find a way to create a consulting business, this client ATM actually teaches you step by step on how to take that ideal or your business and turn it into a extremely profitable consulting practice. And I use real case studies, and I show you exactly how we did it to turn our consulting firm into an 8-figure conglomerate. If anybody's been in that program, you can go ahead and give some kudos about that. If you don't know how to master Instagram, when you click here, you're going to be able to get the needed classes that you need for Instagram. And if you guys can notice, my classes are 2 hours. They're not slow. They're not them 5-minute classes. These are classes that give you value. These are classes that show you the screen. These are classes that actually show you how to do it, how to build your page, and how to position yourself so that you understand social media enough for your personal brand or to be at the back end of somebody else's brand. And then for those of you that have been spending a ton of money trying to learn Facebook advertisement in your membership dashboard, we actually have a fully loaded in your course portal pay-to-play Facebook, where you literally learn all exactly how Facebook works. Look at how long these classes are. An hour there. This one is an hour there. This one is 33 minutes. We're literally showing you the understanding of Facebook, the concept, the psychology of Facebook, the algorithms, how they work, how to set up your fan page, how to build up content, how to grow your page for $5 a day. These are skill sets that not only you can learn for your brand, but these are skill sets that you can learn to be able to help be the back end for somebody else's brand. Now, if all of that I showed you look priceless, let me see the number one. I can't. Listen, if you go through all that information and you say, I don't want it no more, but you got some game, now you're stealing, but I'm okay with that. At least you got some value from us that you can use for your business. But you got to use technology anyway. So whether it's us, and let me tell you something, when you're behind in business, you don't have time to try to figure out 5 different platforms to duct tape together to all make them work to do one thing for your business. We got everything you need in one place for your business, so you're not out here guessing trying to figure it out. All right. So what I want you to do, for those of you that want to get access for free, that 14-day trial, go to backend.io/free. Go to backend.io/free. For those that are back-end warriors and you're getting ready to gear up for our affiliate program, this is going to be absolutely critical for you, especially the fact that they get a free trial to see what you're talking about. It's going to be a lay up for those of you that don't have a product, that are trying to make some money, and it saves a lot of time. So go to Backend.io/free. And with this, you're going to be able to get access to the 14-day trial today. I don't believe that you can actually go to our site and get the 14-day trial. You got to go through this link right here in order to get access to the 14-day trial, because this is only through this presentation. So you can't get access to the trial unless you go through this presentation. And I just want to tell y'all this. Listen, we want y'all to win. I want you to be great. But I want you to understand that there's more power in the back end. You got to learn the nuances of business before you try to do business. This is why so many people struggle in business. We struggle in business because it takes a long time for you to understand the power of the back end. So when it's right here on the screen, Backend.io/free. Charles said you will not find another service that offers the tech and the unlimited training of this quality. Charles said it, I didn't. So what I want y'all to understand, Backend.io #free. It is, /free. It's right there on your screen. Listen, this is one thing I want to tell y'all real quick. You got to have the technology. So whether you use us or not, you're going to spend $300 just a month just to get what our technology does in one. And then two, for some of you all that are going to be affiliates for our program or ambassadors for our program, what you got to understand is that this free offer right here will literally set you up pristine. So if y'all missed the affiliate training this past Wednesday, you missed out on the treat. All right. So Backend.io /free. Get back there. Try us out. Go to the site. Go to the trainings. Read your emails. Be engaged. And allow for that experience to get you to upgrade. And some of you guys are going to upgrade sooner than 14 days. Some of you all are not. Eugenia said, can I watch the replay? Absolutely. It's going to be in the back office, but it's also on my YouTube. Okay? So, Backend.io /free. Everyone else, we're probably going to end up sending an email to everyone that registered today. You'll be good. Marlon asks, can we buy website domains through Backend like GoDaddy? No, you can buy it from there. You can buy it from GoDaddy. You can buy it from those sites, and then we teach you how to tie it to it. Colin said, if I am already in your system, do I need to upgrade? You probably do. But if you already paid college, you should be fine. But if you are not, you probably should upgrade, because it's probably time for you to upgrade to what needs to be done. You want something you got to say? All right, this is Ignacio, our head of marketing.
What's up, Charles? What's up, my guy? What's going on, Eugenia? What's up? What's up? I just wanted to come on here really, really quick because I see many of you taking action on the back end, going ahead and starting your 14-day trial. That's absolutely great. I actually just added the back-end profit system training to there. There's a full training showing you literally how to set anything up. Can I still sign up for an affiliate? Once you get access to the platform, literally you go in the dashboard in the back office, and it walks you through everything, so you can get your affiliate link, so you can get your account set up, so you can get your domain set up, so you can get your SEO set up, help you get your blog set up, help you get your first blog written. For those of you who have been on, you might want to go check out that back-end profit hub training, because it literally shows you how to get your entire hub set up, get your blog set up for optimization, get your first blog written, whether you write it or you get somebody else to write it, right? It shows you how to get your first funnel set up and connected to that blog. It shows you how to get that first email written to auto respond, and it shows you how to get your first Facebook ads set up so that you can market. And what we understand is this system, that back end profit system, is literally the system that you can duplicate in any niche. You guys have seen the presentation, and you know that we've been in multiple niche and been able to get the similar, if not the same results. And this is the system, this is the hub that we utilize, the framework and everything, right? And we're definitely big energy, bro. Definitely big energy. You guys want to go ahead and take action, get access to the 14-day trial. Those of you who already have access to the platform, right? You want to make sure that your account stays active, because we've added a 14-day trial so that you can have an advantage as an affiliate. But right, if the prices change and your account goes inactive,
You're
then
gonna be at the new price.
you're gonna be at the new price. So your grandfathered in, no worry about it. Those who already own, your grandfathered in. But moving forward, that will be the price, because we have way more value. Some of you have been here since we've really started, before we transitioned with the brand, right? And you've seen the growth, you've seen the energy. Those are the ones speaking. So those of you who are coming on board right now, starting that 14-day trial, you'll be able to go in, get access to the Fast Start training, and get your Profit Hub set up. And you should be able to do that within the first 7 to 10 days, right? After that, you're just going to be implementing. Right? And if you decide to upgrade prior to that, absolutely great. But if you need that full 14 days, take that full 14 days, right? Digest the information. Come to the live class, because you're going to have multiple opportunities to come to us live. You're going to be able to come to a Super Saturday. You're going to come to affiliate Wednesday. Tomorrow, I will be releasing the affiliate funnel so that you guys be able to invite people next Thursday to this live presentation. And if they decide to take action on a 14-day trial and then continue moving forward, you will be able to earn. So these are all the things that you get access to, right? And if you are just signed on as with that 14-day trial, you get the opportunity to take advantage, get used to everything prior to spending any money. Listen, because we want to put our money where our mouth is. Listen, I bet on him, he bet on me, we bet on we. You feel me? This is what we do.
That's a fact.
All right, so I just wanted to hop on here and tell y'all I love y'all, and congratulations to everybody who just came on board. What's up, Sam? And I'll see you guys in the back office. Peace.
On the back end.
You did.
Not the back office. Who needs the link one more time? Who needs that link one more time? Listen, if y'all better understand, we act like a big old family. I can't wait to the annual conference, because it's gonna be straight family reunion style. If anybody needs that link, if everybody else is good, we should be good. It's backend.io/free. Other than that, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all. What's today? We'll see some of y'all Saturday. Yeah, we'll see some of y'all Saturday, actually, for the Tech Saturday. For Tech Saturday. Yeah, I need that PTSD bracelet. You gonna email me? I just DM'd you my email. All right, cool. All right, we'll see y'all Saturday. For those that are coming on, we will see y'all Saturday. Backend.io. Marlon said, "Cousin, you got PT? I got PTSD." I feel like entrepreneurs have PTSD. We got a lot of trauma that we deal with on a daily basis. No, in all seriousness, we got a lot of trauma and stuff that we deal with on a daily basis that I think needs to be addressed, like rejection, backstabbing, like to be an entrepreneur and to survive. Y'all, it's anxiety. Like sometimes, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. Sometimes I have like anxiety, like breakouts, like where I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it just comes up, and I just gotta like put everything down, and we'll be fine. So of course, Marlon, of course that. But I do want to start up some type of awareness that entrepreneurs, like, it's a hard journey. Like, you lose family, you lose friends, sometimes you lose days, you lose literally people, you get backstabbed, people that you never thought that will cross you and steal money from you, tarnish your brand, lie on you, and They may have a bigger following or influence, and what they say people don't vet. Like, it's just a lot of stuff that come with trying to become the best at what we do, and we end up getting hard, and our hearts get hardened. And I don't think that that's the way that God intended it. So, of course, with this back end stuff, I think that that's the biggest thing I want us to be okay with understanding that you can partner with people, make the load a lot lighter, and at the same time, we can address those things that make us harden at the heart, because I think that it ends up changing us in a way that I don't think God intended for it to change us, and we don't have to be that way. So that is something that I am focusing on, as it's almost like an initiative. While everyone is chasing their dreams, I want us to be aware that entrepreneur PTSD is real, and I would like for us to continue to focus on that. You got millionaires that built $1 million businesses that are committing suicide. Like going through crazy things and becoming heavily dependent upon drugs. Like everybody got a vice, but when you become too overly heavily dependent on anything other than God, it's a crippling factor. And I think that this is something that we all can address. So listen, I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Backend.io/free. You no longer have an excuse to experience the technology and everything. Outside of that, we're going to keep building, and our goal is to build one of the most impactful tech companies. I don't care if we never touch $1 billion, but if our impact is worth $1 billion in God's eyes, that's all I freaking care about, because we're going to do great things, okay? So, love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. See y'all Saturday. Peace.